Hey YouTube! Welcome to Minecraft Middle-Earth Team Tours. I am Junoknight.
I'm HyprNinja.
And today we're going to be walking you through the next leg of the Team Tours path. We're going to follow the Fellowship path through the Old Forest and on to Bree. And starting here at the Old Forest, which you can see behind me, this is called the Hedge. And this is what the Hobbits here of Buckland built to draw a line of demarcation between where they lived and where the trees lived. Because the trees, well, they didn't like the border, and they kept trying to grow into houses and take things over, and, well, let's just say that the hobbits and the trees don't have the best relationship. Shall we explore that history a little further?
Yeah, let's go in. So here we're going through a small little gate. It's under the hedge. It's the same gate. It's denoted by the footprints that Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin went through to escape the Black Riders, which were chasing them through the Shire. And they delved into this deep, dark forest.
Speaking of deep, dark forests, now you'll notice that as we go a little bit deeper, there's less and less direct sunlight available, and the canopy will soon completely cover. Now, when this area was built, this is, I believe, the third iteration of the Old Forest on Minecraft Middle-Earth. The Old Forest has been built many times. The first version of it was just a bunch of Minecraft saplings and bone meal and patience. But there are no trees left on Minecraft Middle-Earth that were grown from saplings. All of these are custom built. There were many different models of these trees which were built originally. Then they were pasted in and rotated and customized, both to make them look a little different from each other and also to close in the canopy overhead.
Yes, we have come now to Bald Hill. Now, Bald Hill has an interesting history. First off, it was called Bald Hill because, as quite clearly seen, it's reached above the canopy and you could see for miles around the forest. But not only that, over here you can see there's a little, what seems to be a dry spot right here, because a few hundred years ago, the trees did not like the hobbits. And so the trees were told to have a sort of living malice, and they tried to overtake and overgrow Buckland. The hobbits said no, and they had a bit of industrialization. Emerald, we're filming a video. The hobbits said no, this is ours, and so they pulled a pretty big meanie here, honestly. And they cut down the trees of the Old Forest. They dragged the trees up here onto Bald Hill, and then they burned them in a giant bonfire.
Gee, I wonder why they didn't like the hobbits. Yeah, we can continue on. Let's find those Fellowship footprints, shall we? Here we are.
Here we are.
And now the Fellowship, of course, after taking a brief respite at the top of a beautiful hill in the sunlight, descended back into the darkness, into the heart of the Old Forest. The Old Forest was said to have, as Hyper was saying, malice. And its malice would show in many ways, one of the most common of which was that the trees would intentionally mislead travelers. You may come into the Old Forest, but you may not find your way out. Also, some of them have been known to eat travelers through the forest, so Hyper, stay close. Don't want to lose you.
Yeah. Don't like the trees. Be wary of the trees. Some of them, they've got eyes and things. They suck you up and eat you.
Sing you evil lullabies.
Yeah, evil lullabies consume your very soul and being and suck you into the very deepest depths of the never-ending void. Footprints. Oh, okay. I almost got eaten by a tree. Hold on.
Oh no. I don't have an axe, so you're on your own if you do get eaten.
All right. No. Yep. I'm good.
Why do you think the trees might be alive in this forest? Well, they are very likely related to the Ents, the Vala Yavanna. When the dwarves themselves were awoken in the early days, she was like, wait, no, excuse me, but I've built a lot of really beautiful trees and plants and things, and those dwarves, they sound like they're going to have axes and no love for my trees. And so she entreated with Manwë, who's the king, the leader of the Valar, and he, Iluvatar through him, granted Yavanna the life of guardian spirits that we know as the Ents. And there was one time when the Old Forest that we're in now was simply the western contingent of Fangorn Forest, the giant forest that stretched for most of Eriador.
Treebeard the Ent, he says that the squirrel could once upon a time, it used to be able to hop from the trees of Mirkwood down to Fangorn and all the way back up to the Old Forest. So it was a very extensive forest that reached all the way around the Misty Mountains. Oh, but
And here we have found Old Man Willow.
Yes, he's my favorite bud.
Don't step too closely now. You might get eaten.
Concerning those Ents, Treebeard also talks about Ents that become more tree-ish. Old Man Willow, you can kind of get a glimpse here of his face, and he's got the little leaf eyebrows. We assume, we're not specifically told, but we kind of assume that he is one of those Ents that has become more tree-ish, and he especially hates people, and he tries to eat Merry and Pippin, Sam and Frodo.
Now, the Old Man Willow also, if you were unaware, is essentially the heart of the forest. It's also the heart of the malice in the forest. There is some kind of angry, quasi-evil, chaotic, neutral at best spirit that lives inside of that tree and has kind of, through its root system, infected most of the rest of the old forest.
Until a merry little fellow comes along, and if we continue following the footprints, we come to his house. This merry little fellow goes by the name of Tom Bombadil. Don't really know who Tom Bombadil is. He seems to kind of look like a human, but he's obviously not a human, and that's about all we know, really. He so kindly left the door open for us. And close it behind, we don't want any leaves or anything to get in.
Little forest cottage. We do know that he certainly has quite a bit of power, as he is both able to put on the ring and bear absolutely no effect whatsoever from it. But he also keeps a check on the Old Man Willow. And it was actually Tom who saves our hobbit friends from Old Man Willow when Old Man Willow tried to eat them. He came by and sang a song, and he sort of put the willow back in its place and saved the hobbits and brought them here to his house. What are you looking for?
Aha, here it is. You go this way. And here's the 4 beds for the hobbits. Sort of where they spend the night. Oh, looks like Juno got lost outside.
That's okay. I'll be
spy
fine.
on him through the window. Can see him. Hello.
I'm just gardening. Yeah, just taking a little stroll through the garden, that's all. As one does.
It's a nice little garden. Oh, up here he is.
Ooh, beautiful. Oh, here's where the hobbits slept. I see.
Indeed.
What a cozy little room.
Yes, it was a very cozy room, but we're also told that the hobbits had nightmares while they slept, but in their dreams they heard the voice of Tom
while you're dreaming
whisper in their heads, which is kind of weird if you think about it. The voice of Tom whispered in their heads and told them to go back to sleep, and then they went back to sleep and had nice dreams.
Oh, well, at least he did them that much, you know. Shall we let ourselves out the back door?
Except I don't know where the footprints are. Where are the footprints?
They start back at the front.
Oh, they're back at the front. I'm coming. Wait for me. I'm going on an adventure. Okay, I'm here.
Did you remember your handkerchief?
No, but I have a walking stick. I don't have a walking stick. Oh, there's a staple. Oh, it's Fatty Lumpkin here. Oh, no ponies. Okay.
No ponies. Oh.
No ponies.
So now we'll need to pick up our trail and head our way on out of the forest, down the road to Bree. If you reached this far, thanks for joining us. We'll be continuing our journey towards Bree in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment about what you liked about the tour, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Stay tuned!